Right, here we are, Friday night 9 ball again, and we're going to start a little bit differently this week. We're going to look at the bracket. Remember, it's double elimination, race to 7 on the winner's side, and a race to, what is it, a race to on the loser's side? Race to 4. It's Moneyball handicapping, remember. We've got 16 in, so we've got a nice even field. Dizzle's playing Ripdash in the first round, and Ripdash is getting 5 and out. Romario is playing Wizard Cheat. Wizard Cheat is getting a 5 ball. Black Jagged's playing DJ Redo. That's a scratch match, no handicap there. Larry's playing Duchesne. Duchesne is getting the 5 ball. Popman's playing McKinley. That's a scratch match. Master 7 is playing Chad Mercer, and Master 7's getting the 8 ball. Tony Sam is playing Capo. Capo's getting 5 and out. And finally, Toshat, Toshat? Is playing It's Me, and that's a scratch match. Now, the match we're going to watch is the match between Dizzle and Ripdash, and we're going to jump straight into that room by hitting the little button there, and that'll take us directly into the room. And for a little change, I've changed the colour of the cloth as well. So we have Ripdash banging a few balls around, and he's waiting on his opponent coming in. And that is Dizzle, who I think I saw in the lobby. Just send him a message and waking him up. Right, here we go. He's just came in. And we're going to have a lag for the break. Now, if that was Ripdash that lagged in the left there, he's got his sensitivity way up high. It is. So Dizzle won the lag, and he's going to break off. And this cloth colour is purple, for any of you that might be colour blind. Well, dry break for Dizzle, but I don't think yeah, he's going to have to jump that if he's going to get any joy, but he's looking to play a push out. Now again, this has to be a productive push out if he's going to do it. Well, he's not left anything really on, but he's going to find himself in trouble again. I don't know whether Ripdash can put a lot of left-hand English on that and kick it off the bottom rail, but probably going to try and hit it direct off the side rail. And you never know, he might get lucky here. Oh no, he's well away off that one. So it's ball in hand for Dizzle now. When you play the little combo in the 1 and the 2, that opens up the pocket, and just leave the 1 over the pocket as well. Well, he's going the other way now. Well, I suppose he's looking at a way to get out for this 3 ball, and he's still got to be careful he doesn't hamper himself with the 5, so he's left himself pretty straight in the 2, and it's just going to be a straight draw, and he's got to get it, take this red into the left middle. And the pace isn't bad, and he just needs a simple roll in. Now I wonder if he's going to just roll the 5 in and try and leave that 6 into the middle. Let's see if it goes. Well, that's a bit tight. Let's look at it from that side. Well, it is a bit tight, but it does go. But he could try and draw right back and play between the 7 and the 6, 7 and 8, but he's actually got nice position into the opposite corner. That was well thought out. And there is a bit of an angle on the 7, and again he's got a choice. You can just roll through an inch or so for the 8 ball, just more or less stop it where it is, and he's misjudged that, and that's going to be the first rack to Ripdash. This is what happens when you're given 5 and out and you make a mistake. Ripdash just needs to pot the 7. So Dizzle was doing all the hard work there, but he failed on the run out. And again, a player with a 2,400 odd rating has got to run out when he gets those chances. And this time, Ripdash, dry break again. And that 4 ball is hidden up in the top left hand corner behind that 6, so that's going to cause a problem unless Dizzle can get the 2 ball and get up to the far end of the table to play the 3. And even then I don't think that's dead simple. He would have to try and play the 3-6-4 combo, because the 3 doesn't go into the pocket on its own. So this is going to be interesting. Well, that was a bit of luck. He certainly didn't play that, but he'll take it. Now, how does he manufacture something here? Well, that's difficult to say. What he tried there, did he just try the snooker? He's not got it. And Ripdash has got to watch how he contacts this 3, because he's going to knock the 3 just into the middle of the table. But he's got cover, and that will do it. I don't think Dizzle will be worrying too much about this 3 ball, because all the work needs to be done in the 4, so it doesn't really matter what happens here. The only thing that Ripdash really has in his favour is that he's in control of the table, but he's under a lot of pressure here to get a hit on this 4 ball, and it's really tight. He could probably get it off the side rail, but he's lashed out at the 3. But has he got away with it again? I think he has. Yep, and Dizzle, I have not any doubt that he's going to try and jump this, I would think, or is he going to kick? Can he try and jump and hit the edge of it and knock it into the 4 and 6? But even then I don't think that'll make the combo in the 5. And the danger here, the cue ball going such a short distance could bounce off the table. Well, he's made the combo somehow or other, but he's hooked himself in a 3. And again, at this late stage in the rack, Dizzle's got to try and play this cleverly and try and drop that cue ball in behind the 6. So I would imagine you play it fairly soft. And that was a good shot. Got exactly what he wanted to play there. So now the pressure's been reversed, and this is really tough to hit. I don't think there's any angle there to get to this 3 ball. Can't get it off the left side rail. Let's have a look. Well, I can't see you any way of getting there. He can't get past the 6 to make the far end rail. He can't get anywhere over there, so he's Well, he's not really tied a ball up, has he? Because that's what he did try. The deliberate foul and try to tie a couple of balls, but he never got anywhere near it, so now Dizzle's in full control. Now he just needs to, I don't know whether he's going to draw this or play off the edge. You know, just got the cue ball out enough. And this should be plain sailing from this point onwards. Shouldn't be any problem here. And just to remind you, this is a hard times room, but it's actually the beach house table with the purple cloth. And of course these guys are playing in their own cloth colour. They could either be playing it in the green default colour, or blue, or red, or tan, or even the dark grey colour, whichever they prefer. So anyway, Dizzle's tied the match back up. It's one rack all. Something flew into the top right hand pocket there. I don't know what one it was. In fact, 2 balls have gone. 4 and a 5. 1 ball hanging over the pocket. 2 ball with an open pocket. And really the sort of difficult one's the 6 ball, because Dizzle's got, and he's finished straight in this 2 as well. He's going to have to try and force this, try and stun the cue ball across, and that's about as good as he could do. Now here's the crucial one, because he's going to have to come back off this left side rail and probably over to the right, but he's in danger of blocking himself out. And is he going to block himself behind the 7? Yes, he has, and that's a disaster at the wrong time. Now can he dig the jump stick out again and try and get himself out of this hole? Looks like it. And it's still a tough jump shot. Can easily put a bit of side spin in that cue ball, send it offline. Yeah, that was really tough. So once again, Ripdash should be up there looking at the cut angle in that 6, and it's really nailed to the rail there. This would be a good cut to get that in. That's a tough one, but he only needs this ball for the rack. And in it goes. Cue ball stayed out the pocket, so it's now Ripdash leading by 2 racks to 1. And that was all came about. Dizzle got himself out of line, left himself hooked, and was asking a lot to actually try and save that rack. Well, in goes the 7 ball. And of course that's one of Ripdash's money balls, so it gets re-racked. It's spotted. And he does have a cut in the 1. And past that 8 ball into that right middle. Now he doesn't want to be hitting this too hard. You maybe need to put a bit of right hand English on this if he wants to check and hold the cue ball for the 2. Now I'm going to have to ask him what he tried there. He must have tried the bank to hold for the 2, but he never made the angle. The cue ball might even have run into that 5 ball to hold position in the 2 there. But anyway, that's all in the past. Dizzle's at the table. Once again, he's got an awkward one off this 1 to get onto the 2. And this time he's played it perfect. And now he's got a choice. He can drop onto the side rail, take the 3 into the right corner, or go onto the side rail and come up. And I don't believe he wanted to put the cue ball there. I think he wanted that more out in the open. Past the 6. So again, he's got a tough one. this time the kiss has done him a favour, although he's still playing the shot over the 7. But you would expect him to get this and just draw that cue ball back an inch or two. Now here's the crucial one. The simple shot is just to drop that 5 in and get the cue ball between the 8 and 7. So he's came back the way and he's gone a bit too far. And once again he's got to manoeuvre the cue ball. Is he going to try and go between the 7 and 9? Well, that just went in off the right jaw. Well, that's a higher angle than you would want, but it's actually perfect to get across for the 9. So Dizzle is tying the match back up, and it now goes to 2 racks all with this 9 ball, and he's got the break. It looks like another dry break. Now Ripdash can get a wee bit clever here. He can draw that cue ball, try and tuck it in behind the 5. I mean the 1 is on into the middle, but the cue ball isn't tracking a very good path to get on that too. Well, did he play that shot, or did you just play the safety? We'll never know, but it doesn't matter because he's on the 2, and again the problem here is holding for the 3. We can see where the 3 is on that bottom rail. Now if he tries running around the table, there's far too much traffic there, and he's played that well, left himself an awkward cut, but again if he plays this at the right pace, that cue ball, hopefully for Ripdash's sake, would miss the 8 ball and just track up to the middle pocket on the left hand side. Not too hard is the key in this shot. Now if it hits the jaw, that's done him a favour. Well, that's perfect now. Just needs to drop the 4 in, and remember it's 5 and out he's getting. And he's left a nice open 5 ball into the corner. And Dizzle now leads by 3 racks to 2 with the break. And the ball went down. Certainly one went down. It was the 3 ball. Now can you see enough of that 1? Yes, he can. And how does he avoid the traffic again to go onto this 2 ball? Well, he's went round the angles, and if he gets this nice... Oh, it needed another inch, I think. Let's look from his end. Yep, he can't make the potting angle in that, so... Again, he's got a dilemma. He can see enough of it to play a safety. He needs to try and get as much distance between that 2 and the cue ball, and it's not easy to do. Is he going to try and jump this? Or swerve it? Well, that's a great shot. That's an excellent shot. Shot of the night so far. But unfortunately, he's got no luck in getting on the 4. Again, looking at that, he can't make the potting angle, so he's got to get clever again. Well, that's not hard enough. It needs to kick off the jaw. and that jaw has done Ripdash a big favour there, because the 4 doesn't pass the 7. And this match is getting interesting. And Dizzle plays a little roll through. Ripdash is hooked on the 4. And I don't think, well, some people would try to jump that. But he might get a bit of fortune again here if he gets this angle right for the kick. He could kick the 4 in. Well, he's missed it. And again, all these balls are right in the middle of the table, so you've got to be looking for Dizzle to run this out. Again, keep it simple, just a little draw back off the 4. Kill the cue ball with the 5, drop the 5 in, leave the 6 into the left middle. Could do a little soft roll through for the 7 into this bottom left, which looks like he's going to do. Just a little drop through. Use the 7 to kill it, or the 8, sorry. And now you can draw across for the 8 into the left middle. And a little roll through. Or is he drawing back? It looks like he's drawing back. And that's how easy it is for these guys to tidy up a rack when the mistake's made. So Dizzle manages to tie the match back up again. We're now at 3 racks all, and race to 7. And Dizzle can't buy a ball in the break so far. Did he get a ball in the break earlier on? I can't remember. Maybe he did. But there seems to be an awful lot more dry breaks than there is breaks with balls going in. And once again, there's a chance here for a good safety for Ripdash. He's in no man's land in terms of potting a ball. He can either cut it into the left middle or into the bottom right here, but it is a tough shot. And he's not really going to get on the 2 ball either way. Well, again, he's fallen way short with the safety this time. Now that 5 ball is stuck next to the 6 up there, but the 5 ball does go if you can get in the right position with the cue ball. So I don't think Dizzle will be worrying too much about that right now. He needs to get some way to go on this 2, which doesn't pass the 4, I don't think. Does it? Let's have a look. You know, I think that'll squeeze in off the jaw, believe it or not. He might be playing the combo, but I think that does go. This has got to be accurate though. It's really tight. Well, Dizzle trying to stick the cue ball behind the 4 there. It was a clever little shot, but he's had no joy, and he's left the 2 ball on. Now this is where Ripdash needs to just take his time and use his shot clock, because he only needs the 2, the 3, the 4 and that 5 ball. That needs to bounce. That's not bad. Just a little roll in the 3. Try and get that cue ball right onto the left hand rail, make it simpler getting on this 5, because he wants to leave the cue ball as close as he can to the left rail to make that 5 ball simple. You can use the 6 ball as a guide. So just roll this in. And now he's left himself a big angle on the 4, so the cue ball's going to be running out unless he plays it soft. And he doesn't want to be moving this cue ball a great distance. He needs to hit this as soft as he can. Now, how does that look? Well, that looks perfect to me. That'll go in. Oh dear, why did you hit it so hard? Again, remember, you've got this 30-second shot clock and then another 15-second extension. People need to take their time. Some folk are just in too much of a hurry to lose rather than actually take their time to win. But again, he got away with it, and Dizzle had no shot in the 5. And looking at that, that wasn't the best of safety shots by Dizzle. If Ripdash can get this thin enough, he can just brush the 5, try and tuck it behind the 8 and get this cue ball up in this corner here, down at the bottom left hand side of the screen, as long as he avoids the 7. Well, again, Ripdash is falling 2 foot short at least with his length on this safety, and he might be in trouble here. Oh dear, has that gone wrong for Dizzle as well? Yes, it has. And Ripdash can get through that gap. He can't pot the 5, but he can certainly hit it. Now, how's his luck going to be? Is he going to kiss that into the 6? Yeah, he's just teed it up. This is still a bit awkward. I don't think Dizzle can avoid hitting the 6 here. And he's just going to have to hope that the kiss he gets in the 6 is a good one, and it isn't. It's gone wrong. So, still a lifeline here, unless Dizzle can get this bank. And he's not even going to attempt it. Has that got cover? Let's have a look. No, he hasn't. He hasn't got cover. That can pot. Just this 6 ball needed for Ripdash. That 8 ball should actually be a guide for him. And that's clean. That's going in. And Dizzle failed there on the safety. Didn't get the cover. And left enough of the 6 ball out to be potted. And Ripdash took the invitation. So Ripdash again comes up with a dry break. And unfortunately this time, though, he's left Dizzle on the 1 ball into the middle. But there's a whole cluster and a mess of balls there. And he's taking care of the 4 and 5. Going to have to manoeuvre this cue ball though to get out into the middle of the table for the 3. Plenty of room to manoeuvre though. Now, again, this cue ball needs to come out about a foot, just about there, and I think he's just got a nice straight shot in the 4 just to kill the cue ball and leave it on the 5. He's digging down, so he doesn't want to hit it too hard. Now, let's see what he's going to leave himself here, because the 6 ball we can see plainly goes into the middle. Not a problem. So this is all about pace. And he almost overhit that. But the cue ball's running away from the 7. And to get on this 7 into that top right hand corner, he needs a lot of inside English. Well, he managed to hold it by drawing it. And that's a great shot. Because I didn't think he could hold that for the 7. Little draw again, no pace, and that's, well, it's just gone beyond the comfort level there. Should still get it. So once again, Dizzle keeps coming back. He's not letting Ripdash get away. It's 4 racks all. And in goes the 2, bottom right. He's got a cut on that 1 into the right middle. and really only needs to come around the angles here to get onto the 3 back into the bottom left. He could run it around the angles. He could actually just run it soft and take the 3 into the left middle. He's got a choice. Well, he's went for the run round the angles, so he's moved into a big huge area of space there. Although he's at more of a distance than the 3, and again the slight problem here is he's going to have to do a lot of work with the cue ball to avoid hitting that 7, because the 4's up at the top of the screen. He's got to try and force this. And a big deep draw, and he's played that well. And a nice angle on the 4. Cue ball's just going to come up the table nice. Into the heart of the table for the 5 ball. Into the same pocket. Now, if he's got a little angle on that, that's perfect. He can just comfortably draw up the table for the 6. And once again, if he has a nice angle, he might be a bit straight here. He's a bit straight, so he's going to have to force this in to get that cue ball up. Well, he didn't have to force it that much, he just put a wee bit of spin on it. Oh dear, that was almost a hash of a shot, that. You can see it to pot it, but you should have been able to see a lot more of that 8 ball there. But as it is, Dizzle now, I think this is this Dizzle going into the lead for the first time in the match by 5 racks to 4 with the break. And wouldn't you know it, Dizzle's came up dry again. Now, Ripdash, he is the underdog. He's getting 5 and out. But he needs to concentrate on what's sitting here on the table and not worry about that, because there's 3 balls here for the taking. And really, all he should do is just drop this 2 in dead weight. And not start running the cue ball. He doesn't need to. And that'll do. And he's left a slightly awkward cut on the 3 here, but the cue ball may well run into that 9, in which case it'll push it over to the left and give him a shot in the 4, which is just up by the right middle pocket there in the centre of the table. Needs to hit it a bit harder than that though, I think. He's left it short again. And he's just got to find that weight of shot. So now he's in no man's land, and the dilemma is to try and cut this back into that middle, and that isn't going to go. So he's got to take it long, and he's then got to avoid the in-off into the right middle. So this is really, really going to give him a problem here. The only way to avoid that middle pocket is a deep draw. And this is where you've just got to go full-blooded for that pot into that top right-hand corner. Well, he's played it well, but then again he's left himself another tough one in the 5. But this is the one he needs for the rack. Needs to watch his clock, and he's overcut it. Oh dear, 6 has gone in, he'll take that. That's the bit of luck you need in this game. So in goes the 6. Overcut that 5 ball by quite a bit. And the match is tied up again, 5 racks all. But again, absolutely nothing going in for these guys, or very few going in. Dizzle just playing the safety, but again that's a poor safety by Dizzle. For a player of his calibre, for these little soft touch shots, he's making a right mess of one or two of them certainly. And there's no way that Ripdash should have been able to get anywhere near any sight on that one ball. And Dizzle's giving it the sarcastic claps and stuff, and Ripdash isn't liking it from what I'm reading. And I think he's just set up the 2-4 combo there. Let's have a look. Well, no he hasn't, because that's going well onto the rail. Ripdash has got an easy kick here. He needs to just hit and hope. Hope he gets a wee bit more luck. Now, can you not get the kick and spin off that rail? I think he can spin past the 4 ball. Don't know why he's playing that shot. Did he take his time to look at what he had there? He could have easily spun off that side rail and kicked that 2 from behind the 4 there. My eyes are bad, but they're not that bad, I'll tell you. So, Dizzle's got ball in hand. Well, he's going to have to pull out another good shot here. Playing this 3 onto the 8 combo, and he's thought better of it. Now, is that 3 set up as a bank? Maybe not. Now, if he can play this with a bit of left hand English, he could try and tuck in behind the 8. Just feather the 3. The 3's not going to go past the 5 up there, so it's a reasonably safe shot. Well, he didn't play it with any inside English. If he had, it might have kicked the cue ball off that rail towards the 8. But as I say, it was a reasonably safe shot because there's no pocket for the 3 ball. Well, again, falling short of where he wanted that. Wanted it a bit nearer the 6. If it had gone too far, it would have been a cut down the rail, but that 3 ball squeezes past the 6. Now the question is whether Dizzle's got enough nerve to go for it. And he's got it, and he's on the 4. And now he's got to work the cue ball again to get on this 5. He might look at just hooking Ripdash. Well, that's a terrible shot. That's bad. He's going to have to try and kick the edge of this and knock the 5 in. And he knows that if he misses this and doesn't get any run of the ball, Ripdash will be there for the taking, but he gets the kiss. But once again, I think he's hooked himself on the edge of that, has he? Can he see the potting angle? Yes, he can, I think. I think he can get to the 6. Oh, I think he can get to that, no problem. I don't think he's convinced himself though, but I think he can he? Maybe not. Now that you look at it closer, I don't think he can. From a distance here it looked as if he could. So, is he going to try and work it a little swerve round the 9 and make the angle? Well, he's went for the cross bank and he's missed it, and the cue ball needs to spin in behind that 8, and it has, and he's got lucky. So Ripdash needs to get a good kick on this. I don't think he can actually get past the 8 there to make the angle. He's going to have to spin it. Well, he's left him a straight 6 ball. Just squeeze it past that 8. There's plenty of room. And this should be an easy out for Dizzle now. Oh, well, that was a terrible shot. Again, a straight in 6 ball, and he's gifted it to Ripdash. So, Ripdash sitting on the hill, leading by 6 racks to 5. And once again he's came up dry and left a 1 ball on, but still there looks to be a fair bit of work to be done to get on the 2. Does the 2 pass that 3 into the middle? I don't think it does. Let's have a look. No, it doesn't. So I think Dizzle will be trying to marry this cue ball up onto the 4. And he's got it tight, and that's a tough one to hit. Maybe just a straight bank would be the order of the day. And I don't know why he's looking around the table, because to me the only one he can get is a straight bank straight across to that first diamond. But I think he's maybe looking at a deliberate foul here, try the 3 up to the 5, but he's only, I think, well, that's okay. I thought he'd actually left a combo on there, but he's actually played that not too bad. Now it's a combo and ball in hand, and that was a terrible mistake by Dizzle, because he's now set up the combo in the 3 and the 5. Ripdash has got ball in hand. He needs to take his time and look at the line up in this 2 ball. What's he doing? The 2 goes past the 6. Why is he playing the combo? I don't understand this. Why is he not looking at the 2 into the pocket and then play the combo in the 3 and the 5, and he's got the match won? Well, he's played the 2-6 combo and he's won the match, but I'll tell you something. He's making his life bloody hard for himself, is he not? Ripdash wins the match by 7 racks to 5, and Dizzle has to battle his way through the 1 loss side, and Ripdash marches on into the second round.